guys, Silver Player 22 here, not bringing you a silver review, bringing you my brand new series. It is going to be a Silver Road to Glory. I know I've been promising it for over a week now. I'm still not the best at YouTube. I know it looks like I'm doing okay, but literally 4 weeks ago, I had 100 subscribers that weren't active from FIFA 13 days. We've gained so many subscribers in such a short period of time, which is awesome. I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting me. And I love the fact that there are other people on YouTube that like Silver Players as well. The reason I restarted this channel was because I love Silver Players. And I would search YouTube and I'd only find the occasional video of Silver Players. There's the likes of MrHypeeRz, who has supported me so much. Definitely go and check out his channel. He is awesome. But there aren't that many other people doing things like reviews, Road to Glories, anything like that. And I had a rule when I restarted this. I wasn't going to do this to get rich or to get famous or anything like that. And I know a few people in the comments have said you should review gold so you can get more popular. But I'm not doing it to get rich, famous, anything like that. I'm doing it because I want to produce content that I wanted to see. Now, I always wanted to see silver content, and that's what I'm going to do. So, here is the beginning of the new series. And it's going to be a Road to Glory, purely based on Silver Players, which is something I couldn't find on YouTube on 16. I'm sure there are probably videos, but I couldn't find any. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with this Eredivisie side. I've already loaded up this account with healing and fitness cards. You don't have to worry about that. We are going to not add any packs, not add any FIFA points, not add any coins, because I don't like adding coins onto accounts because it might get you banned or whatever. But we're going to build from this a team that can win Division 1. Now that might be crazy because I've never won a Division 1 title with a silver team. I've won Division 2, I went up to Division 1 and came straight back down. So maybe it's impossible, but we're going to give it the best go possible. Why Eredivisie, you say? Because it's got some great informs, it's got some great sort of unsung heroes, some great, really, really underrated players. And that's part of what this series is about. Yes, it's about building towards those team of the season players that'll come out for the Eredivisie. And yes, it's about working towards the informs. But it's also about uncovering some hidden gems. And that is what I love. I love uncovering some hidden gems as far as silvers go. So at the end of every episode, I'm going to set some sort of, it's going to be super interactive. I'm going to set some sort of thing for you guys to comment on. I'm probably going to do something where I buy a player every episode and then I'll let you guys vote on another player that we buy, so that it's not me building the team, it's us building the team. And I think that's going to work super well. So without any further ado, I'll explain more of the rules as we go on and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's see the team that we started with. I mean, you've obviously been looking at it for the whole video, but we're gonna have a little look at the players a little bit more in depth. All of these players, my rule with starting was they had to be under 250 coins. We can sell these players later to, earn more coins if we want to. We can use the coin bonuses that you earn through EA Sports Catalog, but we cannot buy or sell any players for dodgy coins or anything like that. We can't add any coins on. But let's get straight into it. Anyway, Sonny Stevens is going to be my goalkeeper to start with. The reason I picked him, cheap. And also tall, relatively decent stats, to be honest. I was quite surprised I actually managed to pick him up for 200 coins. The next player is our right back, who obviously has an upgraded card now, but we managed to get card stop for 250 coins. He usually goes for about 800 coins, which is amazing because he's 6'1", decent stats, very cool. Chris Cum, unfortunate name for this guy, 71 pace, 71 defending, and 71 physical. Nothing really spectacular, but I think he'll do for now. Finland silver player, Thomas Lamb. If anyone's seen any of my old content from FIFA 13, you'll know that I love Finland, and I couldn't not put a Finland player in here. Also, he is awesome, 6'2", 70 pace, can't complain. Our left back doesn't look fantastic, but he has decent physical, and I just felt like the 6 foot tall, high work rates, he'll do for now, and there wasn't really many options at left back. Also, we have at centre mid, Ryan Straw, who I just picked him because he has really well-rounded stats. I'm going to have him as a sort of more, obviously I'm playing 4-3-3-4, which is the slightly more attacking one, but I'm going to have this guy sit back a little bit just to shore up the defence a little bit. Durate, really a star buy for this team, because this guy's a little bit more expensive than this usually. And he was amazing in past FIFAs, so I'm hoping that he's going to really do the job for me now. He used to have 4-star skill moves, if I'm correct in thinking that. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, the next player is Sherman. Now, you might be thinking, you could have got a better player for this amount of coins. And you're right, and you'll probably see that on the bench. But this guy is a star of the future. I have heard amazing things about him, and I just wanted to give him a go. I know if you guys who watch my content are Feyenoord fans. Let me know if you guys think this is going. If you guys think this guy is going to be awesome. That was a tongue twister. At right wing, I went for Narsing, and it's not the guy who has 1,000 million pace, but he is still quite nippy, and the reason I went for him, 5-star weak foot. That should be really helpful, and relatively decent passing for a non-rare silver. Striker, I know you guys know that I love this guy, Kazim Richards. Obviously, he looks crap compared to how he's been in the past. 1-star weak foot looks terrible, but I've used him before, and I know he's a bit of a beast. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for him. And at left wing, we have Bergwijn. I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. No doubt you'll correct me in the comments below, as always. He has 4-star skill moves. That's the only reason I went for him, to be honest. He looks okay. Decent shooting, decent pace. No complaints. As we get onto the bench, I'll just quickly go through them. We've got Fischer. We've got Milik at right back. We have Lewis, who could potentially be a decent sub. We have Christensen, who looks pretty solid, but I'm not playing a CDM. Hay, who looks good. Really solid, actually, to be honest. He might come on as a sub quite a lot. And we have Ojabechi, who is one of the most liked non-rare silvers in the Eredivisie, so that's why I've picked him up, and he was very cheap. 200 coins for him. Really well-rounded. And this guy as well, who I don't... So, in Game 1, I was expecting some bronzes, some golds in the team, because obviously it's Division 10, but we are halfway through FIFA, and, yeah, that is exactly what I got. Some decent players in there. Obviously, Hernandez is a threat. Oh, that's what I thought going into the game. As we got into it, 4 minutes in, I started to see there was some real talent in this team. Bergwijn, I'm going to call him Bergwijn until someone corrects me. With the 4-star skills, 4-star skills are so effective, especially in these lower divisions. Just cuts inside, no problem with some of the 4-star skill moves. Easy peasy. He did actually pause straight after this, and I thought, you know what, he's going to quit. He came straight back in, passed it to Kazim Richards. Kazim Richards just slots it in the net. Why wouldn't he? You know, a lot of these clips, I'm not going to apologise for doing tap-ins and taking advantage of the other players' mistakes. Anyway, we get into it. Narsing on the wing with a brilliant cross in. Kazim Richards in between 2 bronze defenders. He's not going to miss from there. And then we had something really irritating. You see, this guy just shoots from range, and I don't know whether my keeper was particularly bad. He didn't really get tested other than that, but he puts it straight into the back of the net. Then Sherman, who, that's how I'm going to pronounce him as well, with this. He's so low rated, and yet he just pulls this out. I'm going to show you the replay of this one, because he literally just curls it into that bottom corner, which is absolutely awesome. You know, he gets a little bit lucky with his first touch, but look at this, just whips it into the bottom corner. Amazing. And then just to wrap it up, just to make it 5 at the end, you know, Narsing, he has some great dribbling on him and just pokes it into the bottom corner. Absolutely brilliant. Great first game, no problems there. Got 512 coins. Great. Into Game 2. Into Game 2, I thought, you know what, I'm on top of the world. I've just had a great result in Game 1. Let's have a look at who we're coming up against. It's a better team. Nothing too scary, I don't think. I'm a little bit worried about Firmino out on the right-hand side, but that goal defence isn't going to hold up against me, I don't particularly think. So we get straight into it. It took me 31 minutes to get the first goal, and it came from Sherman again. This guy is actually seriously underrated. He's going to be an absolute talent in real life, but he's already a talent now. Narsing on the wing for the second goal, cuts inside, and I'm not going to apologise about tapping this in. As I said before, any goal counts as far as I'm concerned. I don't deliberately try and do cutbacks and stuff like that, but if Kazim Richards stand in the middle unmarked, I'm going to hit him. But Renista, or Renstra, or however he's called, he hits it, it goes in. That's all you need to know. This guy is actually pretty solid. I felt like the rest of his game wasn't the best, but this finish was brilliant. And I feel like he was a little bit more of a defensive player, but when you can pull out stuff like that, I'm going to put it in. For the third, this should have been a goal. The post and the bar are the absolute bane of my life. I really hate them. If the goal was just a little bit longer, a little bit taller, I would score so many more goals. Anyway, for the next goal, pings it out to the wing. It's actually not a standard goal. It comes through a free kick. I think that's a penalty, to be honest. But it's not a problem, because I'm just going to give it to Drate, and he's just going to put it in the net. Really, really simple. Really, really easy result, I think, that game. The guy really didn't put up much of a fight, and let's get into Game 3. So, for Game 3, I thought that it's going to be more of the same, because I'm on such a good run, and I came up against this team, which obviously isn't perfect for golds, but it has some really, really pacey wingers in Lucas and Konoplyanka, and a pretty solid defence and goalkeeper. So straight from the off here, you can see this guy plays a cutting ball, and although I get a tackle in, he plays it straight back across the goal, and he really should have put that in. That was a let-off for me, and I'm very much aware of it. I got straight back into the game though, and I started to dominate even though he had the better team. I just couldn't put it in the back of the net, and all of a sudden he gets through on goal, and I think, oh no, I'm 1-0 down. Our keeper makes a fantastic save from short range, and then we start to get the pressure on again, and unfortunately I've hit it against his player then. I really thought that was going in because I was in so much space, and I had the time, and I was going to curl it into the corner, but I couldn't. Anyway, this is where I'm good, I think, personally. I get the dribbling going, I look for the close corner, and unfortunately I just hit it against the post, and then I hit, just to really add insult to injury, you know, a post again. I can't stand the post. It's worse than the goalkeeper for me, and unfortunately it meant that I got a 0-0 draw, which I was so disappointed with because I wanted to get promoted this episode, but it gives us something exciting for next episode. And usually I will do more games because I won't have that long introduction every time. But anyway, guys, what have you thought of this episode? I really want to know. And here it is. At the end, we are going to have a sort of collaboration between me and you. Usually I'm going to about like half the coins that we've got. I'm going to have half for me, half for you, and we'll decide on which players we think need adding to the team. This time, because it's the first episode, you guys are totally in control. 1,516 coins. How would you spend it? Okay, leave a comment. The comment with the most likes, or the most sort of, you know, the player that gets the most hype around it, I'm going to put that player into the team. It's as simple as that. This series is about us building a team together. It's not about me building a team and you watching. I'm interested to see because I want to uncover some players that you guys have used that are amazing. There are so many good, cheap silvers out there, not just in the Eredivisie, but in the Eredivisie there are lots, and that's why we're doing this series. So let me know in the comments below which players you want me to do. Let me know what you've thought of the series. What do you want to? Is there anything you want me to change? Do you want me to show you which players have performed well at the end? Do you want to have like a little, you know, a little picture of the performance stats? Do you want the clips to be longer? Do you want to see more defensive stats? What would you like to see? And just so you know, I think the problem area for me personally, I think if you could really sort out my left back, that'd be amazing. I will be able to cope until next episode if you've got other areas you want to sort out first. But the left back did struggle and he was cut open a little bit. Anyway, guys, let me know which other players you want me to review. Let me know what you thought of this series. Like, comment, subscribe. Cheers.